Now, you also wrote a lot of really melancholy songs.
Yes.
And on Pet Sounds, for instance, you have a wonderful song. I wasn't made for these times.
Oh, yeah.
And I was wondering if you were ever felt reluctant to expose that part of yourself to your listeners.
In Pet Sounds?
Mm-hmm. Well, especially songs like that, those
Yeah.
feeling out of place type songs.
Yeah, I did that because lyrically, I did feel kind of like, I felt like a little Bob Dylan. But Bob Dylan was a message man with lyrics too,
Uh-huh.
And I kind of was a spokesman for the Beach Boys. I had turned into a legitimate artist in my own right, and it was a very new, kind of a newfound power for me, right? Have you ever experienced a newfound power, a mental power? You say, well, wait a minute, man, I'm way smarter than I used to be. And like some kind of an awareness or something, That kind of thing goes on a lot in my life.
When you wrote I Just Wasn't Made for These Times,
Yeah.
was that how you were feeling?
When I wrote that, it was like a thing of, I really was feeling that way. Yes, I was, because I felt that I was being rejected by some of my friends,
For what?
Who knows? I just felt a rejection from the public. I can't explain it, any more than that. It was a very super personal thing. It was a personal thing that I cannot really go into because it's too deep,
Well, I want to play some of that song. And
Okay.
This is from your 1966 album, Pet
Yes.
Sounds, which is really one of the legendary albums in
Yes, in the history of...
in history of rock and roll.
Yes.
Yeah. And do you want to say anything else about what you were feeling when you wrote this?
Sure, I felt I had prayer sessions with my brother Carl, and we both prayed for people's safety and well-being, and we made this album with the fact that love was going to be the predominant theme in the album, with, of course, artistic and entertaining kind of music going on at the same time. But the love came from the voices that we did, and we just got into a little trip where we were going to bring some spiritual love to the world, And we really did, we actually did, because we wanted to in our souls, We both felt the calling, so why not pray for this album and nurture it along and pray and have prayer sessions, So it was very religious. It was a religious experience, like taking, some people think that psychedelic drugs are a religious experience, And that's how I felt about, of course, about Pet Sounds.
Okay, so from Pet Sounds, this is Brian Wilson's I Just Wasn't Made for These Times.